Revolutionary greetings, comrades. It's a right Sunday, the 18th of August 2024. In our political education, we are looking into how we can resolve both the political and the economic crisis in Zimbabwe. For the last 25 years or so, the opposition has been of the view that you can only resolve both the political and the economic crisis firstly by removing ZANU-PF from power. In other words, if you remove ZANU-PF from power, all shall fall, good things shall fall. For the last 25 years or so, this has not happened. And there is no sign that the opposition has the capacity to remove ZANU-PF from power. The MDC, as we knew it in 1999, it's now a history. The CCC that gave hope in the build-up to the 2023 elections is facing serious crisis. It is not in a capacity to mount any challenge against the ZANU-PF. So one will safely say that the opposition as founded in 1999 and its various splinter groups have no capacity to remove ZANU-PF from power. There are those, of course, who are pan-Africanist, who never wanted to have anything to do with the MDC because to them the MDC represented the interests of the West. And they thought that part of resolving the crisis is to reform ZANU-PF. They joined ZANU-PF with the understanding that you can change it from within. Some left ZANU-PF frustrated after they failed to reform ZANU-PF from within. Others, of course, found themselves becoming more ZANU-PF than ZANU-PF members themselves they found in. So the strategy of reforming ZANU-PF, in our view, it is near impossible. In other words, we do not think that it is a revolutionary strategy to say part of resolving the economic and political crisis in Zimbabwe is for all of us to join ZANU-PF and reform it from within. We think it is a bad political strategy. There are those, of course, that have been with the MDC since its inception, who are from Matabeleland and parts of Midlands, who hold the view that you can only resolve both the economic and political crisis in Zimbabwe by going back to 1890, bring to life, so to speak, the borderline known as Jameson Line, create or restore what is called the Mtwagazi state. We do not believe that is the solution. Also in Matabeleland and parts of Midlands, there are those that are not taking this, what one will term a radical approach of a Jameson line, but who are borrowing from other countries that you need to build a strong regional political formation that represents the interests of the people of Matabeleland and parts of Midlands. Win council and the parliamentary elections. Negotiate with anyone that will have won in Maswing or Mashonaland and Manikaland for a possible government of national unity of some sort. This, of course, in our view, will not work. Primarily because we are engaged, the crisis in Zimbabwe, it's as a result of the expansion of imperialism, which began in 1890 when we were colonized. We have not been able to dismantle imperialism. And in the last years, we have seen post-liberation, the dominance in the economy of what we now call the looting class, which is parasitic in nature, located inside the ZANU-PF. So the idea, therefore, of a Mtwagazi state or a regional Matabeleland Midlands political formation, in our view, is not the solution in resolving the crisis that we find ourselves in. How then do we resolve the crisis? Those of us that are studying development in the Sahel region are marveling at what is happening in Mali, in Burkina Faso, in Niger. Is Zimbabwe ready to go that route? It's a difficult question to answer, in that it depends on the class consciousness of the junior soldiers in Zimbabwe. We have discussed the military coup of 2017, that it was not led by junior soldiers, as we have seen in the Sahel region. As we saw with the Thomas Sankara, he was not an army general. Mama Gaddafi was not an army general. In Zimbabwe in 2017, it was the elite in the military that led what we then refer to as a Bond coup. Is there a possibility that Zimbabwe might undergo what we are seeing in the Sahel region? It's a question that is open for discussion. But as we underline, that it depends on the level of class consciousness of the junior soldiers in Zimbabwe, whether they are drawing lessons from the Sahel region, from the Sahel region. As I conclude, because we'll continue with this discussion, we are of the view that in resolving the crisis in Zimbabwe is to build a revolutionary political party, the party of the workers. The workers currently in Zimbabwe do not have a party. They voted for the MDC, it was not their party. They voted for Triple C, it was not their party. The workers in Zimbabwe do not have a political party. And the reason why they've been voting for the MDC, voting for the Triple C, is that ZANU-PF is so horrible. But it does not mean that the MDC nor CCC was ever a party of the workers in Zimbabwe. So in part 2 of resolving the political and economic crisis in Zimbabwe, we then elaborate on this point. Please like this video, subscribe to this YouTube channel. If you're on TikTok, please do follow us. Otherwise, Amandla Comrades.